good evening to the panelists joining us on debate number 1 tonight. Kamal Farooqi, political analyst, is with us from Delhi. Professor Tariq Ahmed is the director of the Said Academy. He is joining us live from the Aligarh University. And Kavita Krishnan, National Secretary, All India Progressive Women's Association. Also good evening to Sabah Naqvi, political editor of Outlook. Shahid Siddiqui, chief editor, Nai Dunya, joining us from Delhi. Also Maulana Maqsood Al-Hasan Kazmi, chairman of the Imam Council of India, joining us from Delhi. My first question to you, Professor Ahmed, because the Vice Chancellor is not with us this evening, but you are here and you're from the Aligarh Muslim University and you support his stand. If you're going to hide behind the reasoning of a lack of space, very simple question to you. Your website says you have 28,000 students. The women, the undergraduate women that are being barred from this main library are 2,500. Are you trying to tell me that you have space for 28,000 students? And if it's a space crunch, the boys outnumber the girls. Why not ban the boys?
No, there's no question of banning anybody, you know.
But that's what your Vice Chancellor said.
And you don't have to go by every word that the Vice Chancellor has said.
But we will, because he said it. Why would we not go by every word that he said?
He has said it in a different context. You please listen to me. We have a separate college for women, a girls' college. They have a library of their own.
Yes, we're aware of that, and you also heard some of the girls of that college, sir, coming on camera right now and saying that that library is not adequate, the books are torn, and it is nowhere near comparison to the main library. Why should the girls have to make do with something that's second best?
No, that's not the thing. That's not the case. Their library is up to date.
But that's not what they're saying.
This, you know,
it's your word against the students. That's not what they're saying. They're paying equal fees, but they're getting second-class treatment.
They are not getting second-class treatment. My children have studied there. My daughter has studied there. My sister have studied in Passport. They've got the best books over there. And once that's enough for the undergraduates. And once they graduate and join the university, then the Azad Library is open for them. The departmental libraries are open for them.
No, Professor,
there is absolutely no necessity for them to come to the Azad Library.
Either you are telling the truth here, or the Vice Chancellor is totally misrepresenting the facts, because we are taking the clarification. I'm not even going back to what he said in front of an audience to the girls there, that the girls will be a distraction in the library because 4 times more boys will start coming to the library. That's a sexist comment that he made on a public podium. I'm not even going there, sir. I'm just going to highlight some pieces of his clarification today. And in there he says that the women's college, we are trying to improve the condition of the women's college library. We have given them an aid of 11 lakh rupees. They come to us every year asking for admission or permission to use and peruse the Maulana Azad Library. He also says that the women's college library should also be air conditioned. We are trying to put that in place. And right now, you told us that the women's college library is adequate. They are not being given, they are not second best. The women's college library is not second best to Maulana Azad Library. So who is coming out with the facts, sir? Is it the Vice Chancellor or you?
The Vice Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor has come out with the facts. There's always room for improvement.
So that means the women's college library for undergraduates was not adequate. And that is why year after year they keep coming, various student unions keep coming and making this petition, please allow us use of the Maulana Azad Library.
All right.
This is not true. This is not exactly true. It is, everything is there, it's adequate.
But sir, that's the point. You're saying it's adequate is different from the students saying it's adequate. Sabah Naqvi, I'm going to come to you on this. The students are coming out every year, as per the Vice Chancellor's own comment, and asking for access to the main library of the university. They're being denied on the basis of excuses like space and safety. If there's a problem with safety, fix it. If there's less space, create more space. Sabah.
First of all, a university is meant, so can I reply to that? To my mind, a university is meant to spread great liberal ideas. This is a shocking sign of the small-mindedness, the decline of institutions in India. Aligarh Muslim University was also established on very, very great principles, and they're all tying themselves up in knots about this. clearly, I mean, the remark, if these are the kind of people at the helm of our educational institutions, it's a central university, then, you know, God help this nation. And this has really got nothing to do with minorities or majorities. This is a mindset of the worst kind of attitude towards women. If there is indeed a better library, what logic? I mean, isn't it a violation of fundamental rights of girls who have got admission that they should be denied
Sabha, there is no logic.
Space?
Sabha, there is no logic.
I'm just appalled.
There is no logic. There is no logic.
No explanation for this.
Yeah, there is no logic even for the fact that when he says that the facilities are adequate, because even for postgraduates, out of 1150 officially quoted seats or a capacity of 1300, 12 seats are reserved for women, and that's adequate, Professor Ahmed. 12 seats.
12 seats for what?
Reserved for women in the library. Officially. That is what it says, and that's adequate.
We have 3,000 members. We have 3,000 members in the female members for the Azad Library, registered members.
Out of 28,000 students.
And
12 seats reserved.
3,000 postgraduate students.
What about the undergraduate students? Why do they have to peruse the books online?
Undergraduate students
cracked that.
Are you saying that
yes, they have their own library.
saying that there's more than 12 seats? Are you denying that there is this restriction of 12 seats for women at any given time inside your main library?
No, that is not quite true, you know. That's not absolutely true.
First come, first
Kavita
serve.
will come to you in a minute, yes.
Yeah, but that's not absolutely true. What you said is not accurate.
Okay, so you're saying it's not true.
The best thing would have been, you know, for your team.
No, that isn't
But you know,
accurate,
there's the question of mindset, and I'm going to come back to you and also to Kamal Farooqi on it, but Kavita first, please. Yes, Kavita.
Yeah, I just wanted to just set you right on that, I mean, I have been to Aligarh Muslim University many times over the past couple of decades, many times interacted with women students there, many times. I think there are several issues here. Let me quickly correct some facts also. One thing is that the MA women students are very much allowed inside the library.
Yes, and we said that.
No, can I finish what I'm saying? I'm saying it is not that only 12 women students are allowed at any time in the library. That is not at all true.
That's the point.
And most libraries don't reserve seats for women at all. This particular library reserves some seats possibly, but that's a minimum. That is not as though only that many women are allowed.
Exactly.
So that is not, I don't think we should go there. The point here is 2 points. One is that the Abdullah Hostel and the Women's College for undergraduate women students has historically been a separate institution, but the women there have been for very long, and I have interacted with women students there many times earlier also, have been over the years demanding many things, including access to the main library, which is a far better equipped library. That's one. But also in terms of their participation in the public life of the university. For instance, I have been to the Abdullah Hostel when the entire Aligarh Muslim University, boys as well as MA women students, have been part of powerful students' movements there. And the Abdullah Hostel women have been saying, we are collecting funds and supporting that movement, but we are not allowed outside the hostel to go and join. Whereas undergraduate male students can join.
Exactly, that's the point.
No, but this unfortunately is the case. Even if you look at Delhi University, there are awful things there. You know, for instance, the library in Delhi University, Central Library, is open till 12 in the night. But most of the girls' hostels close around 5, 6, 7 o'clock. So effectively, the girl students who live in hostels cannot access the Central Library.
Yes, but it's not the library making those rules. It's not the library essentially debarring them from entry, right?
But the university hostels are, and let me just finish what I'm saying quickly. The university hostels are, and they are making very sexist rules, even in Delhi University.
Agreed.
My final point is that the Vice Chancellor's remark, I want to say this about the Vice Chancellor.
Yes.
Because I'm saying that, look, the remark he made, quite apart from, you see, the Aligarh Muslim University's Abdullah Hostel and Women's College Students Union, the Women Students, Undergraduate Students Union, has demanded that we want access to that library. If it is a problem of space, just allow us to go and borrow books from there, or allow our library to access books from there within 24 hours, make the requisition possible.
Yeah.
My point is, in response to that perfectly sane and sensible demand, if the Vice Chancellor talks about women as a distraction in any public space, which he has done.
Yes.
This is not about the arrangements of the university, the convenience, all of that, that's separate. I'm saying if he has said this and if he is heading an institution, my submission is that I don't think that he should head, that such person should head institutions. And I will say this about the same about even Delhi University principals of certain colleges.
So, you know,
who made
you're
awful
talking about,
sexist remarks
Kavita, you're
about
talking
women.
about the
I said
mindset,
this in,
and that's the point that Sabha Naqvi also brought up. Kamal Farooqi, I'll come to you on that. It's the mindset thing. See, we are also questioning the mindset here more than the brass tacks or the small points. The mindset is displayed when the Vice Chancellor says if we allow girls into this library, 4 times more boys will come. You're basically saying that these women are going to lure more men into the library? Isn't that completely objectifying women? How can you not have a problem with a comment like that?
No, you are reading more than what you have said.
But
Please allow Mr. Farooqi to speak.
Please allow me. Please allow me. Please allow me. What Kavita ji has said, I totally agree with her. And even for the remark, if he has said it, I personally feel this is not in good taste.
He has,
but
sir,
please
it's on
understand
camera.
2-3 things very quickly. One, I am saying it is not in good taste. It is not in good taste. He should not have said it. But saying that, please understand 2-3 things very clearly. The Maulana Azad Library is one of the finest libraries, no doubt about it. And it is overcrowded because, please understand, Aligarh Muslim University is the total residential university. And whatever students are there, they have a crunch of the library. And this is, the women are not barred from there. Whatever you are saying is incorrect. In fact, the
undergraduate girls were being barred, but undergraduate boys are not barred.
Yeah.
Why is that? Why is that, Mr. Kamal Farooqi?
Please listen to me.
Why is that, Mr. Kamal Farooqi?
No, yes,
and if the Vice Chancellor stands there and says that women will be a distraction, how dare he say that, sir?
No, please, I will not. No, don't try to put the words into my mouth. I am saying it, please allow me to say it. When you are asked me to say, I am going to say it. They have the university has got not only the departmental library, the girls have got the library. Yes, the library may be inadequate. We must demand that the library should be equivalent to a very fine quality. But in all the libraries, you go anywhere in the library.
I don't understand.
Me and you are also students.
Why should girls have anything less?
Yes.
No, you don't understand it.
Why anything less?
Why should
girls have anything less?
Because you do not.
But sir,
I understand perfectly where you're coming from. I'm sorry, I understand perfectly what you're trying to do. You're saying that girls, for the sake of social harmony, please allow me to get in here. Kamal bhai, you are saying that for the sake of social harmony, for the sake of tradition, girls should have less rights than boys should. Why should a central university have anything where girls get anything less? It is not acceptable.
Please understand.
You know, you can have institutions where they put women behind parda. You cannot do this in a central university where girls get anything less. I understand everything. I know Aligarh very well.
Sabha is not any other university.
We all understand
Sabha
everything.
is not any other university. Sabha is not any other university. It is a university for a specific purpose. And please understand that all those parents who are sending their children, most of the parents want a very, very secured environment. And this is only for the undergraduate.
What is insecure? If a Vice Chancellor cannot guarantee security in a public library, he should not be Vice Chancellor, sir. Inside the heart of the university. What are you talking, Professor? What are you talking, Mr. Farooqi? What are you saying?
Environment where girls are protected from boys and not allowed access to books?
no, it's not about safety. That safety thing is a rule. That's an excuse. It's not about safety. Yes, all right, please allow us to go to Maulana Kazmi. He's been waiting by patiently as
Why should girls be
Yes.
allowed, not be allowed anywhere where they want to go in a particular university? What kind of nonsense is this?
Maulana Kazmi.
Liberal ideas are not spouted all the time.
Mind your word, it is not nonsense. You cannot understand
it's disturbing.
Sabha, you cannot,
It's
you
really
think about
disturbing.
nonsense.
Women's security,
Please understand
all
that
of
these
this.
girls
There can be no
if you
thinking
keep on like
person
saying this, these
raised
girls will
with the
not allow
ideas
them
of
to go
on
to
which
the
this country was built
They will be sitting at home.
make these kind of arguments.
For you it is
I'm
nonsense.
sorry.
All right, we will please allow.
But please understand the parents who will not allow them to do that.
No, but the
What are you
girls,
saying,
the
Mr.
girls
Farooqi?
themselves want access to the library. It's not about, the parents worrying for the safety. The safety has to be provided by the university. And as Kavita pointed out, the girls are saying,
That
okay,
is
there's a
provided.
space crunch. I will go and just take a book and go away
That
from
is
there.
already
I won't
provided.
sit there. How can you not allow them to at least go and issue a book? All right, we're going to go across to Maulana Kazmi now.
they are
The
protected.
issue here,
Kavita,
the
they are
issue
very,
here,
very
Maulana
protected.
Kazmi, is that the girls are being told there's a lack of space, so you're the ones that don't get to come in here.
Kavita, let me say that the Vice Chancellor, whatever Vice Chancellor has said in Abdullah Girls College, his intention may be right, but the word he used, and 1,000 of boys will come to you.
Yes.
It's highly condemnable words. Person of such a highest post, constitutional post, should use decent language. This is condemnable words. And people like Vice Chancellor of Zameer, Aligarh Muslim University should not use such a word. But the point he made,
what was wrong in this?
are right.
What do you say?
He said the people of the women PG college, PG under PG students, women of PG and women research scholar are allowed to go, are allowed, their access is allowed in Maulana Azad Library.
Yes.
So
That's right.
far, the question arises why these undergraduate girls are not allowed. Because their hostel, Abdullah Girls College, is more than 4 kilometers away from
But the
library.
girls don't mind.
No,
So
They
far,
don't mind the
boys
commute.
person-
The girls are quite happy to make that 4 kilometer commute.
Just allow me to comment, Maulana Sahab. I'm going to go across to Shahid Siddiqui on this one. I have read a beautiful philosophy which says, Shahid Siddiqui, which has said, which says कि तालीम इल्म हासिल करने के लिए चीन तक भी जाना पड़े तो जाओ. That is what a beautiful philosophy of Islam is. And here, a distance of 3 kilometers is a problem for the Vice Chancellor, for those who want knowledge. And that is also because they are girls. That is also because they are girls.
Knowledge आपके दरवाजे पे है.
Shahid Siddiqui.
Knowledge is there at your doorsteps.
Knowledge is everywhere.
Professor Tariq Ahmad, that statement of yours amounts to nothing when you're not allowing the girls access to something they want access to. We will please go across to... Let's go across to Shahid Siddiqui. He's not been able to say a word.
Girls are allowed.
Please allow Mr. Shahid Siddiqui to speak.
I can't listen to anyone. There's so much of...
Yes, Shahid
What
Siddiqui.
is to be done here?
Yes, Shahid Siddiqui, go ahead.
Government
Listen to
should
Maulana Sahab, please wait
allocate appropriate fund
Maulana Sahab,
Maulana
please
Sahab.
wait. Please wait. Yes, Shahid
to
Siddiqui.
establish a parallel university.
Maulana Sahab, please wait. Yes, Shahid Siddiqui. Go ahead, sir.
I am very much stunned that the central government has also.
Maulana Kazmi, please wait. Please wait. Maulana Sahab, please wait. Let Shahid Siddiqui speak. He's been waiting patiently. Coming to you, Kavita. Yes, Shahid Siddiqui.
Look, I believe that if Sir Syed was alive, he would have been extremely unhappy man today, because his philosophy was not only education, it was enlightenment, it was to bring equality, it was to bring rationality, it was to bring a new age into India and especially into the Muslim community. Papa Abdullah, who started the women's education in Aligarh University, would have been an extremely unhappy man. And let me also say that if you go to Islam, if you go to Quran, then also you find that everywhere emphasis is on the education of women. Everywhere it is said that not only men but women must get education. So in an institution which is based on these philosophies, to say that women should not be allowed or will not be allowed or should be curtailed in some way or the other to come to the library because 4 times more men will come is extremely condemnable, and it is not in the interest of the university, it is not the philosophy of the university, and in this age, the 21st century, to believe all this is absolutely wrong, and it is to keep the university and the people, students studying there in chains, and these chains should be broken. And I think it's neither the philosophy of Sir Syed, not the philosophy of Islam, not the philosophy of our constitution allows this kind of behavior. And Mr. Kamal Farooqi and myself, we have studied in Delhi University, and we have studied in a college which is managed by the minorities, the Zakir Hussain College, where we had total equality in the libraries, and I never saw boys coming to libraries just because the girls were there. And
if there are boys who are coming to the library because there are girls present, those boys should be thrown out, sir, not the girls being kept out, Saban Akwi. And that is what is the issue. That is what is the issue. The Vice Chancellor's mindset and the words he uses, they come to us
the
year
issue
after
is
year
that
with the
they
same
should not be
requisition.
shut
I'm
out.
aware.
They should-
What do you mean? If you know that this is a problem, why haven't you
not the
solved it yet?
undergraduate,
The-
nor the postgraduate
the
girls should be
mindset,
shut out.
Anand-
If they want to come,
Yes.
they should be provided protection.
Yes.
If they want to come,
The
they should be
mindset-
given protection. If it is far away, a special bus should
No,
be
no,
run
but-
for them.
See,
a special bus should be provided for the girls of Abdullah Hostel
yes, so
to
if-
come to the library.
So if the Vice Chancellor is worried about
Everything
safety,
has
it
been
means,
done.
That is
it
what
means
should
the
be done.
entire
Done.
university
Yeah,
campus is
library-
unsafe.
this
It
institution
also,
is
if
heavily
there's a
financed by
problem
the
with
central
transport,
government.
provide them transport. Sabha, we'll just come to you in a minute, but I want
Say
to
that
go,
there is
I want to go to
insecurity
Kavita
is
because
highly objectionable.
Kavita, the issue here is of mindset, and let me just point out some of the other issues
I
that have
can't
happened
hear
here.
you, but,
Sabha, we'll come to you. Kavita, the Aligarh Muslim University had asked women students to dress according to customs and according to a dress code. Girls were told that they would be fined a sum of 500 rupees if they were found wearing t-shirts and jeans. Is it not true that the Aligarh Muslim University issued a diktat that allowed girls only to keep one mobile phone, but there was no such diktat for boys? These are all things that have happened over the last couple of years at this university. Isn't there a mindset problem here?
Yeah, I just wanted to come in here.
Not at all, there's
Actually,
nothing
the
like
point
that.
I'm trying to
Can
make
I-
is...
can I say
There's nothing
something?
like a dress code.
Can I...
Nothing like
I
a
want
dress
to- I
code.
want to
And
say
it's
one
a, it's a
thing.
military mindset,
Let Sabha-
not a legal mindset.
Is Sabha coming in,
It's a
or should
mindset
I
coming
speak?
out of the
If I
military.
may get in?
Yes.
Tina,
Yeah.
I just want to
Military
say,
does not have
instead
that
of
mindset,
worrying
mind you.
that, Shahid bhai, please allow me to say one thing. It is deeply worrying, instead of worrying that in this sort of Muslim minority university, the world has changed, the regime has changed, people should reflect on what they are doing. This is against the constitutional rights of women. Telling them this is against our personal liberty, telling anyone, anywhere how they should dress. It is shocking. And any kind of justification through the back door that it's tradition, it's protection, it is so dangerous right now. And this is not the first institution where we've seen this. We've had
absolutely
these
Can I come in here?
series of reports we've discussed on this channel about
Professor
men,
Ahmad,
that
we'll-
women have asked for trouble.
I'm
We've
wait-
got it
Yes.
in all
You-
sections of
Professor
society.
Ahmad, we'll allow you to respond to that, but let's go to Kavita first. We'll allow you to respond to that,
It's
Professor.
so tragic, given what Aligarh stood for once.
Okay.
I fully echo what Sabha just said, and I'd like to just basically place this in a larger frame also. I believe that, over the past several years, there have been several instances in educational institutions where in the name of protecting women, in the name of their safety, their access to public spaces, their freedoms, their access to educational spaces, and their freedom to dress as they please, and so on and so forth, have all been curtailed. Let me say that this is always the first thing you hear is the same thing that I'm hearing in AMU now. I've heard it when St. Stephen's College girls have protested some time back. I've heard it when Indraprastha College girls in Delhi University protested some time back. What is that? That is that, parents won't send their girls to study. And if we are essentially, the institution is being the parent to the girls here now. And I want to say this, that educational institutions are not families. The authorities there should not set themselves up as parents there. It is actually a place where hierarchy should be dismantled and equality should be fostered. And therefore, I will say that this business about saying that let's have a dress code here and there, it isn't. I mean, you're very right. It's happened in AMU. It's also happened in a Delhi University college. It's also happened in Bihar in some institutions. It's happened in Uttar Pradesh in UP college some time back. There have been protests every time this has happened. And I
Right,
think
Professor
the
Ahmad,
positive thing
you've
here is
been
the
wanting to
really,
rebut Kavita going
exciting
across to
thing-
Professor Ahmad. Yes,
really
Professor
exciting
Ahmad.
thing here is the,
No, if this is not a
Abdullah
mindset
College,
problem, what is
girls
Professor
forming a
Ahmad?
union and fighting back.
Yeah, Professor Ahmad, you've been wanting to rebut and you say that is not what is happening in Aligarh University, Muslim University. Please tell me that access to the library, why couldn't the Vice Chancellor come out and say 7 days a week, 4 days, girls, irrespective of whether they are postgraduates or undergraduates, you will get unlimited access and you can get access. The boys get online access for those 4 days. The remaining 3 days it's for the boys. Why hasn't he come out and said that? If it is not a mindset issue,
Then why should he say that?
Vice Chancellor?
why shouldn't he say that? Why should he say? Why should he
You
say
are
that
confusing the issue.
it is for the girls will be a distraction? Why shouldn't he say that boys who think they will
Nothing-
get distracted,
nothing-
we'll throw them out?
nothing
Block
like-
access to the boys. Why hasn't he said
Why
that?
should
sir?
you do that?
Why hasn't he said that, sir? If you say it is not sexist
Why should he say
mindset,
it?
if you say that there is not a mindset issue, it does not happen in Aligarh Muslim University, why aren't you saying that? Why isn't the Vice Chancellor saying that? Who is going to stand up for the girls then?
He is saying the same thing.
Where is he saying
the same thing? But
he is saying the message is only to the girls. The message is only to the girls. Where is the message to the boys?
No. Girls have a library of their
What does he
own.
mean by saying
have
that
their
boys will be
undergraduate-
distracted the moment the girls walk into the library? What does he mean by saying that?
So what's wrong in that?
What?
Are
What do you mean? He has the right to. He has the right to say it.
Professor Ahmed.
Do we need to say anything
I mean,
else?
are you
serious.
serious?
Kamal Farooqi,
Yes,
do we need to say anything else?
You are sitting here
I'm
and you're
serious.
ready to say that boys coming to the library will be distracted by girls there?
And there's nothing wrong
You
in
are
what he
not only objectifying women, but you're completely dismissing
there's
all
something,
these young men who are there
know-
to study. You're casting aspersions on them also by saying that.
No, the whole idea is,
You are
let me
making
step in
stories
and
out of
the
nothing.
point
There
is
is
that I think
absolute-
Sir,
university
I asked you a
is
question.
actually
You
being
gave the
disturbed
answer
by
and you're saying we are making stories out of nothing.
by the specter of social interaction
You are
among
making
young
stories.
girls and
You
young
have
boys.
just-
That is the reality.
You have just said that.
What is
you
this
have just spoken
distraction that
about
they are so
dress
scared
code.
of? What is this distraction?
There is nothing like that. Instead of making all these stories, you come to the university.
Making all these stories, who's making these statements? It's the Vice Chancellor making
you just
statements, and when I
defended
ask you
that
a question,
statement.
Professor Ahmed, you turn around and say what's wrong in what the Vice Chancellor
Listen,
said?
listen.
How dare he say that? Why didn't he say that?
Exactly.
Why didn't he say
What
that
do
the
you mean?
girls will be
What-
allowed
what-
access to
Yes.
books? You come and take the books. We'll see that nobody misbehaves, nobody gets distracted, and you get space to come and issue books
Yes.
and sit and study and then go
That-
back.
that-
If it is a request that's happening year on
That
year
is exactly-
from a
that is-
college which is just 3 kilometers away, from a college which is affiliated to the Aligarh Muslim
That is
University, from girls who want to come and get access to good books and to a library and use the facilities, why shouldn't he facilitate that? Why should he block it? And
He
why
is
should
not
he say that
blocking
these
it.
girls are a
It is-
distraction?
it is just
How
a-
dare he say that, sir?
How dare he say what?
Allow me.
That girls are a distraction and boys will get distracted. How dare he say that, sir?
Kamal Farooqi will allow Professor
I think
Ahmed to
you are-
just
you are-
finish his answer and then we'll come to you. Yes, Professor Ahmed.
First you said that there's a dress code. Girls are not. Who told you that there's a dress code? Now you say that girls are not allowed. There are 3,000 girls studying here in the.
The question is, why did he tell the undergraduate girls that they will be a distraction to the boys? Why this discrimination between undergraduate boys and undergraduate girls?
You are taking it too far. You are
Okay,
taking-
one second.
Oh,
No,
no,
one
please, we are
second.
taking
I need
it
to
too far.
come back to. I need to come back to Professor Ahmed on this. You're asking me where is the dress code? Aligarh Muslim University circular
Yes.
dated July 27, 2013. A circular at a girls' hostel at the Aligarh Muslim University advised students to wear, in quotes, decent clothes like salwar kameez. It sparked a furor, it sparked protests, and the controversy, after this circular was pasted on this hostel, went on for a few days. The fact is, the AMU authorities withdrew the circular while clarifying that they had not suggested that jeans or t-shirts are banned. But this is the date, this is the circular saying decent clothes like salwar kameez are advised.